Hello, everyone, and welcome to MeowMix, the Carolina Panthers podcast. My name is Steven.
My name is Jerry.
And we are here to talk preseason week one. A lot of good, some not great, a lot of what we thought, I feel like, just as a brief summary of what we'll be talking about here. But
well, that's the end of the podcast then.
I mean, I will say the amount of panic that I have seen from Panthers fans after this 30-10 defeat by the Cleveland Browns, by Shador Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. It's been a little ridiculous. I mean, it's preseason week one. Let's just start out this way, Jerry. Let's all calm down.
Take a breath.
It doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Teams have gone 0-4 in the preseason and won the Super Bowl. Teams have gone 4-0 in the preseason and lost every single game of the season. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you should ask Cleveland fans about that last one. I mean, that was them.
Yeah. Yeah. Lions fans as well, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It happens, okay? It's a preseason game, and let's look at it honestly. Like, the first stringers, they ended the game 7-0.
Yep.
Shador Sanders had 2 3-and-outs on them. And wait, did he get a first down on that?
No, that's not that. The second one was 8 plays.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, but
drive,
they didn't get
they didn't.
Yeah, 2 punts. So overall, like, okay, I got that. But that being said, the depth is missing, and especially on the O-line, I felt very, very scared on. Hey, we may need to go out and try to find some depth on there. Now, that being said, I felt like some of the secondary looked pretty decent. I want to call out Corey Thornton. I know we'll talk about him later. I've heard he's had a really good camp, and I'll be danged if I didn't see it show up. Like, he looked good out there. Like, he wasn't perfect, but he's a backup right now, and that's what you want. You want a rookie backup to show promise, and he did. So, we'll get into it. I'll let you keep going. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I, basically what you just said. Like the offense, the first team, I thought looked pretty crisp. A penalty I think on that first set of downs kind of set us back a little bit.
And our backup guard that was starting over Damian
Lewis out. Yep.
So
Zavala also out.
So let me find the guy's name. I can't remember. Jared Kingston, I think it was. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But he was the one starting, and he was the one who gave up the sack with the first string. And that's not shocking in my eyes. Like, that's okay, yeah. The third stringer guy getting beat.
I thought the offensive line didn't look as good as it did last year, but again, missing Damian Lewis. And first game of the preseason. I don't worry. I really liked what I saw from Bryce in terms of moving around in the pocket, escaping the pocket when needed. I mean, the touchdown came on basically a scramble play where he directed traffic, running to his right, hit that strike to Coker. So yeah, the first team I thought looked fine.
Yeah.
As I think expected. We'll talk about some standouts here in a minute, but to your point and to what we've been saying this entire offseason, after the starters, things start to get pretty scary pretty fast, especially on the defense.
Yeah.
And again, not a surprise, but the confirmation kind of feels bad.
Yeah. I do want to say that first string offense that first series looked kind of ugly, but it felt like the rust. And that was the sack happened on that one, but then Bryce threw Chuba, and it was a bad pass. It was a bad pass by Bryce. And Chuba couldn't bring it in because of it was a bad pass for him.
It was a terrible pass, yeah.
So
I wasn't catching it.
But once the second drive you could tell Bryce started getting comfortable. T-Mac looked at better than I expected, and him and Bryce were already on the same page. Like, I could tell the difference between Andy throwing to him and Bryce, where it was just like they knew each other, and that was a good thing. Even the drop touchdown pass by T-Mac, that was a, oh, you want my hands here. Got it. And that was...
He was immediately like, I see. Now I understand. Like, he
yes.
immediately was like, okay. He's like, yeah, that's on me. And
but he got open.
That one didn't concern me one bit.
Nope. That was
catching that.
That was a
not one bit.
That was a learning session when he dropped that or he missed that. That was like,
a great move to get open.
Yes. So
an excellent move, perfect route, and he just didn't know the ball was going to be there when he turned around. But next time he will.
Yeah.
Right? Next time he's going to be ready for it.
And Coker, you did this last year. Yeah. When you came in, you made plays. You made plays over and over again. You had a 34-yard reception, one-handed, that was so beautiful. Yeah. Called back,
yep.
And that touchdown, I'm sorry. You look good, and for those who say you're on the bubble, you shouldn't be. If this Panthers team coaching staff decides that you're on the bubble, they need their head examined. From what I saw from last year and what I just saw in the preseason, you're the same guy. You deserve to be on this roster, and if not starting, like, you look good, your hands are good, and you make plays.
Yeah, stock way up on Coker.
Yeah, we'll get to stock
way
up.
Down on Excel.
I was gonna say we'll do a stock up and stock down after our quick discussions.
Sure. But that's a preview. That's a tease. That's a little taste. Coker. He just looks better than Excel, and I know Excel didn't play in this game, but
that's Excel's fault.
I know he looked really good. He was where he was supposed to be. He caught the ball when it came to him. I never thought he was on the bubble, and I haven't seen a lot of that, but I did look at him sort of as the fourth guy, right? And maybe even battling for the fifth guy if Renfrow was, kind of coming along as well as we've heard. Now I think he should maybe solidly be the third guy.
100%.
Or right up there, right up there with Thielen as number 2 maybe. He's really got a good skill set. He catches the ball. He's so smooth. Him and T-Mac on the other side, XL in the slot, Thielen out there as the fourth guy. Like, that can be scary. And you're not even talking about Jimmy Horn Jr., who they really threw the ball to quite a bit in this game. I don't think he got to play with Bryce.
No, he didn't. Or at least I didn't see him out there. I watched part of the game again this morning, and I didn't see him out there with Bryce. But I didn't stop, pause,
I don't think he got out there with Bryce. But either way, I liked what they were doing with him. He didn't break anything, but the plan for him seems to be short passes and let him go. Unfortunately, he didn't get through anybody in this game, but I think that's coming. Obviously, they wanted to see what he looked like in a game. There was a concerted effort to get him the ball. He, I think, returned a punt as well, or was back there at least 1 or 2 times to return a punt. But I was glad to see him involved. They're obviously taking a really hard look at him to see where he fits on the roster if he does.
Yeah, I agree, and I 100% agree with what you said. I like the way they used him. I do want to see a couple deep balls to him because he has that speed, he has that ability, and that is something that this team, I think, needs. I think we praise all the other receivers, T-Mac and stuff like that, but that being said, they're not streaky players. Even that bomb or that go route for T-Mac, which was a beautiful pass by Bryce and a beautiful catch by T-Mac. I mean, and that right
something
there,
we've seen in training camp a bit, like that exact thing.
Yeah, and it just looks like they know each other, and I'm happy with that. I mean, it was a 30-yard pass play, but great. I'm excited to see Jimmy Horn Jr. get those type of plays and maybe be a little bit further down the line. And that's what he can do. I just think it needs a little work.
Yeah. And T-Mac also, just to continue talking about how good he looked, he got open several more times
Oh, yeah.
in the game. A couple times with Andy, where Andy just either didn't see him or Andy looked a little weird in this game. He just didn't seem to feel.
Yeah,
he wasn't feeling.
Yeah, he seemed off. I will say this with Jack Plummer too. Like in the game, I mean, I had been drinking a little bit, so take this with a grain of salt. But I was thinking, okay, we may need to start looking for another backup. Like Andy Dalton may be fine for this year, but it's starting to show where he doesn't. At least this game, where he got a good bit of play, he didn't look that solid. I mean, I saw multiple missed throws. I saw him kind of, his accuracy wasn't where it should be, and he made a bad interception, in my opinion. So,
yeah, he did not look good at all. I'm not concerned necessarily about him, but he's another year older, and
again,
36, I think he is now, which is not old, but go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not worried. I'm fine with him going into the season as a backup. That being said, though, if he goes down, we have Jack Plummer, and I don't feel comfortable with Jack Plummer. He needs to be gone.
Right.
We need somebody else besides him.
Yeah, Jack Plummer didn't inspire too much confidence out there. Well, again, overall feelings are not concerned. I enjoyed watching the offense. It was really nice to have Panthers football back, even, with mostly backups against mostly backups. Did you feel, was there any concern by you that the Panthers starters on offense couldn't move the ball, especially that first
first drive, I was nervous.
Backups of Cleveland.
But I will say this too, is I don't like the fact that even in a preseason game, we're throwing the ball 35 times to 14 runs. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, and it was like 32-8 or something when I looked at it. So they actually ran the ball a lot more there in the towards the end of the game. But yeah, it was not it wasn't balanced, but again, it felt like they wanted to see some of these receivers. They kind of know what they have in the running backs.
I hope so, but like it felt like even on that first drive, though, I felt like 2 passes after Chuba ran 5 or 6 yards. I was like, just go ahead and get in our first down. Let's kind of get the wheels rolling. Mm-hmm.
If Dave Canales said, you know what, I feel good about the run game. I think we need to get this pass game with all these new guys. I think we need to dial that in the preseason here. I'm going to throw the ball 30 times a game. I just want those guys to get experience and feel game speed and things like that. I'm not concerned about running the ball. I'm not concerned about winning the game. I just want to get these guys experience. Now, if that's Dave Canales' thought process, I don't feel bad about that.
If that's his thought process, I don't feel as bad. But me personally, I want the O-line. I want the receivers to understand that sometimes you run the ball. Sometimes you have to go run on a play. Like, sure. Yes, yeah. If you're running a route every down and it's a pass play, you're running the routes the best. You don't get lackadaisical when it's run. Okay, here's a pass. Like, you want to let those guys kind of work into that normal feel of a game, in my opinion, too.
I don't know how normal of a feel you're going to get in these games. They're playing 2 or 3 series. The starters I'm talking about. They're just playing. They're not really doing much. But yeah, I get it though. Receivers also need to learn blocking schemes on run.
Mm-hmm. Running plays. And you need them to run a route even if they know the ball's not going there. I mean,
right. Decoy run, routes, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. And not only that, our O-line needs to make sure they're ready to block. I hate saying it like that, but these guys have played good last year. And I guess I also am worried that Dave Canales is going to go back to his 2/3 passing and 1/3 running when our running game is better.
Well, our running game has been better, but our passing game could very well be better this year.
Yeah. It could be.
I don't know. I don't know. Passing the ball is kind of where the league is right now. Like it's a pass heavy league. It's a pass happy league. We spent so much resources building this wide receiver group up. They're gonna throw the ball,
and I have no problem with that. I just also want it be even, and that's because I see this. I think personally, I think the game is going to a pass heavy, and there's going to be a team that smash mouths football, and it's going to revert back. It's all.
But that's not what this team is not built to be a smash mouth team.
No, you're not.
It's just not.
It's not. But you could still run the ball well in this team, and I think
I agree, but I think you need to get used to the fact that they're going to throw the ball 30 times a year or a game this year. It's just going to happen. Dave Canales is a quarterback guy. He's a wide receiver guy.
I just don't think that's the winning formula for this team. I don't think that's a winning formula in the future for the NFL because of the simple fact that all these defenses are playing this cloud coverage, this like zone cloud that Vic Fangio.
T-Mac is perfect to play against.
Oh no, he is really good to play against. But that being said, you're getting a smaller offensive linemen that are more pass rushers. You're getting linebackers that are thinner and more coverage linebackers. You keep jamming it down the middle of their throats, you're gonna wear them out, and then you can hit them up top.
I don't disagree with you that is a good way to play football. I am just telling you that is not the way this team is built. This team is not built to run the ball 30 times a game. They're just not going to do it. They didn't do it last year, and they're not going to do it this year. That being said, I 1,000% agree with you that should be their strategy because their defense is so bad.
Yes.
You need to control the ball. You need to hold the ball for 35 minutes a game, at least. You're not going to win if you're going down, scoring quickly, because this defense is just not going to hold. No. It's inevitably there are going to be injuries. You're going to have guys playing that are not, starting quality football players.
100%. Especially this game showed that once the starters went out, Shador Sanders actually looked like a legit starter. Like
let's talk about him in a sec, but I just want to say, get ready because they're going to throw the ball 30 times a game this year.
I know. I'm just hoping Dave Canales is tempered. But yeah.
Well, I hope they're successful doing it because that's a lot of fun to watch.
It is, but
they're
worried.
Successful doing it. If we're having 30-point outbursts, every week, and maybe giving up 28 to 30 as well, like those are exciting games.
Oh,
and
they're fun.
I'm 1,000% ready for that because they're definitely giving up a lot of points a game this year, so they better score.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start looking at the box scores. Let's be honest, these don't mean that much. We can kind of see a little bit, but not the whole story of the game. Shador Sanders, 14 of 23, 138, 2 touchdowns. He kind of was what I expected. He was an accurate passer, but like the first string, again, he wasn't playing with all his first string, but he messed. Our first string defense knocked him down. He didn't really move the ball much, but he's an accurate passer. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he did a really good job. I think for all the pressure that I'm sure he probably put on himself and that he probably feels just because of his, status, I guess. I thought he looked pretty good. Better, I think, than I expected. I thought he would be shaky and maybe make some critical errors, but I think he was pretty good, and he moved a lot better than I thought he would in the NFL because he just didn't do a lot of that in college. He didn't do a lot of running, but he was really able to kind of escape pressure and throw well on the run. His first touchdown pass was a great throw between several defenders. I was really impressed with him. So, and it kind of made me feel like, man, we could have taken him in the 4th round, right? or like early 5th or whatever.
I would
I don't
not want
remember.
that circus here behind Bryce.
I know.
But
I understand that, but from a talent perspective, he just went way too late.
no, I
in the
said
draft.
he was a. I thought he was a late round, first round pick or a second round pick. I think he's an accurate quarterback. I think he's athletic enough. He's not Lamar Jackson, but he's athletic to move the pocket. He did that in college. Now he just doesn't have a cannon of an arm, and I think if he fits,
but you know what? I read that he threw like a 70-mile-an-hour pass in training camp, and it was like the highest clocked pass in NFL history or something in camp.
Okay, well, I haven't seen that on the tape, and I could be wrong. But like when I watched his tape, again, we weren't looking for a quarterback, so I didn't go deep on him. Right. But to me, he looked like a late round, first round, early second round talent. I thought he was a good quarterback, and he kind of showed me what I expected out of him. He had some mobility. He's not a athletic freak. I think he's going to fit very nicely into a nice West Coast offense. Honestly, if someone gives him the opportunity, the only problem I see why he really dropped was the simple fact of all the circus around him.
Yeah,
I mean,
he wasn't good enough to justify
the
everything
circus
that kind of follows. Yeah, I think he'll end up starting a game for the Browns this year.
I have no doubt. I think he's better than Dylan Gabriel. I think Joe Flacco starts, and that's where we're going to sit at. I think him and Kenny Pickett could literally fight for that backup job, and I think he could win it. And that's
I could see it. Yeah. Well, Tyler Huntley even looked fine in this game. 6 for 8, 51 yards and a touchdown. They just picked him up off the street. What, a week ago, something like that. Not even a week ago, I don't think. But let's kind of do this. Let's like swap back and forth between the Browns and the Panthers for each position. Let's do that. So let's look at the Panthers here. Dalton. Well, let's start with Bryce. 4 for 6, 58 yards and a touchdown. A 137 rating, highest rating of any of the quarterbacks that played on either side. Again, I thought he looked good.
After that one bad pass to Chuba, I don't even remember the second missed throw, so it could have been a thrown away or something like that. So, yeah, he looked good.
It was the T-Mac touchdown.
Oh, yeah, so it was a drop. So, I mean, after that first pass, he looked money. I mean, that was it. He got that sack, but there was nothing he could do for that except take a sack. So, yeah. Bryce Young, good job.
I give him an A. I think he looked really good. Again, they're coming out with a lot of rust. First game, I thought he looked fine. I was happy with what I saw. Dalton, 13 for 19, 101, no touchdowns and an interception, sacked a couple of times as well.
He just looked off.
He just fell down. I mean, he didn't look good at all.
I mean, his completion percentage was good, but like watching the game, he looked bad, honestly. Like,
and so many of those passes were just, at least 4 of those were just short little passes to Horn.
Yeah, it was just, it just didn't look right. Like, I'm hoping that they were trying to force feed certain guys, and that's why he looked bad. But he looked off, and I don't know why. I don't know if it was scheme or if it was he had a bad day, something, Yeah.
Jack Plummer, as we discussed, 6 for 10, 79 yards, also sacked. Yeah, just,
he just doesn't
nothing. Yeah, I'm not impressed.
I'm not impressed. I do not want him to be our third string quarterback because I don't see promise with him in my eyes. I didn't see anything that was.
It doesn't seem like they have any interest in bringing in anyone else though, but we'll see. Maybe sometime this week they'll kick the tires on somebody. I don't know.
I mean, look, Tyler Huntley was out there. I mean, yeah, like that's a fine. He's on the Browns, but like he's our 5th string quarterback. I would have easily taken him over Jack Plummer.
Like, 100% agree with that.
Like he's played the NFL. He looked good against our equivalent 4th and 5th stringers compared to Jack Plummer.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if they, Huntley likely would probably be released once those
Oh
other
yeah.
two quarterbacks get healthy. I would not have any problem bringing him in here. I've always kind of liked him.
Yeah, I mean,
Even as a longtime backup there in Baltimore. All right, you want to look at Carolina rushing or Cleveland rushing here?
well, I'll go ahead and look at Carolina rushing. Imani Bailey. They have his number as 390, by the way, in ESPN. That's hilarious.
See that?
3 carries, 21 yards. Honestly, I don't even remember him carrying the ball. That was okay, cool.
He had a 19-yard rush.
Yeah.
I don't remember it. It may have been in the fourth quarter.
Welcome to preseason, guys. Welcome to preseason. Chuba Hubbard 3 for 10. I thought his one run looked good. I think other than that, the holes weren't opening up for him. But again, they weren't focused on that. Rico Dowdle, I was a little disappointed in him, but it's preseason 3 for 7. He didn't look like he was really getting the holes either. So I feel like
he was mainly rushing with that second unit.
Yeah, so
as well.
Trevor Etienne 2 for 3. I would like to see him out a little bit more with the ones. Give Chuba a little bit of rest, I would say, next game. I know what I have in Chuba, and Chuba's a hard worker that I don't think the preseason is needed for him as much.
Yeah, I'd be fine with Chuba just sat the next 2 games. Honestly.
Me too.
Let Dowdle, get those 6 carries, and then just have Etienne. And I'd like to see him more than any of the other 4 on the.
Yeah, I think Rico, Dowdle, and Trevor Etienne should get used to the scheme a little bit more and let Chuba rest. Again, I don't doubt Chuba. Chuba's also the first guy in practice, last guy leaving. So, yeah, that's why they paid him. So, yeah, you just trust him. Raheem Blackshear 1 for 0, but he had that big muff punt that caused the first Shador touchdown. So,
yeah.
That
was on Etienne, right? I mean, Etienne was kind of catching it, and then Blackshear sort of ran into him.
No, Blackshear was catching it, I think, and then Etienne kind of bumped into him. But yeah, hi, little kitty.
This is my Serper. This is Blaze. This is the first time you're on the podcast, Blaze.
Yes, it is.
All right.
And then we have K'Ron Lynch Adams. Never heard of you. 2 rushes, -1 yard, and I'll probably never hear of you again. Not to be cruel, you made it to the NFL. Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right. Yeah. I mean, overall, like you said, 14 carries. Like there didn't seem to be any room. 2.9 average. As a team is pretty bad when you had a 19-yard rush, especially.
Yeah,
that's awful. Half their rushing yards were on 1 run. All right, let's move over to Cleveland just very quickly. Amani Marshall, 8 carries, 32 yards, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really. Well, let me run through these real quick. Tuawa, I don't know, 5 for 30. Travion Williams, 5 for 26. Thought he looked pretty good. I think isn't he their rookie?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Shador was 4 for 19. So Huntley 6 for 10. So I mean 10 of their rushes were quarterback. Dylan Sampson 2 for 6, and then a couple others. 32 carries for them, 125 yards. This is more of what you want to see, right? 32 carries, 31 passes. Very, very balanced attack. They didn't run the ball. They didn't break any. But they just had chunks.
Yeah,
they averaged 3.9. I thought it reminded me a lot of last year's run defense, just not giving up the big one.
See, I was gonna say they didn't really give up the big one. I do see that they kept getting, and that is something obviously our first string defense is gonna have to work on. I don't know how good they did. I wish I kind of. But the first series where the first stringers were out, they didn't really move the ball, and it's so hard to tell.
That's the key. Yeah.
But then again, injuries happen, and our depth is very scary. But that being said, I still feel decent about the run defense this year compared to last year.
Yeah, my only My only problem is they just anytime they needed to get the ball past the first yard line rushing, they were able to. It felt like they just they were infuriatingly efficient with their running. Almost 4 yards a carry. They ran it so many times it just continued to work. But
yeah, 4 yards a carry
way,
I would take. I mean that's a good average.
Yeah. Wide receivers here for Carolina. Let's go. T-Mac was 2 for 43 on 5 targets. Again, one of those was that drop, and then a couple missed throws by Andy Dalton.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks like he's ready to go.
I was not the biggest fan of the draft. I think everybody knows that listens to this podcast. I believe that this was a very smart pick, and I do think that he's gonna rock out. Honestly, I do expect him to be the number 1 guy with 1,100 yards. It may be the training camp. I was like, it may be the training camp bandwagon, but man, I see it. I am now seeing it. Oh, and I'm excited.
I really, really was happy to see his reaction on that drop touchdown.
Me too.
Where he just immediately, you could just see a realization. It felt like just immediately he was like, "Oh, next time that's not going to happen."
Yeah, right? Okay, that's where the ball's going to hit. Okay, got it. Yeah. And that's what it seemed like. And that was the drop pass from Bryce earlier. It just felt like they knew each other, and that's what they're doing. And that was I'm learning a little bit more, from you. Okay.
And he wasn't dejected. He didn't put his head down. He didn't slam his fist on the field. Like, all of those things that we've seen every other receiver, it feels like, do over the years. He was just like, got it. I loved it. TJ Luther, 2 for 34. Again, don't really remember that. David Moore, 2 for 26. James Mitchell, 3 for 25. Rico Dowdle, 1 for 20. Nice to see him get that reception. Mm-hmm. Coker, 2 for 17 and the touchdown. We talked about Coker a little bit earlier, but yeah, just he has moved up the depth chart for me.
Me too. Like, I don't know what you could say about Jalen Coker besides when he's out there, he makes plays and he makes solid, and he makes it look effortless. As much as that sounds like cliche, he runs such smooth routes, and every time you catch it, it doesn't look hard for him to catch it. Even one-handed catches, it's just like, oh, ball.
Routine. He feels like he's going to develop into a really reliable, really good number 2 receiver.
100%. I don't know if he'll break that top one number 1 receiver, but solid number 2 that you could just rely on. And hats off. That great pickup by Morgan last offseason.
Yep.
And he's a great addition to this receiver core.
Yeah, agreed. Jimmy Horn Jr., 4 on 5 targets for 15 yards. Again, it didn't feel like they gave him any go routes. It could be something they're hiding, waiting for the regular season for that maybe. But we'll see what we see in week 2. I think he'll play a lot more in week 2. But again, just kind of felt like they were hoping he would break something, and unfortunately he didn't.
Yeah, I was a little underwhelmed by him, and that's why. I think I was hoping he would break something or not. Like, what was he, a 6th round pick or so? So, I mean, it's hard to say that.
Yeah, but it felt like every time the ball went to him, I got kind of excited.
Yeah.
What's going to happen? So he's got that kind of potential.
Yeah, and I do think that, I'm hoping, I should say, that Canales is working up something in some trick plays for him, some end around, that we're not seeing yet. And that's what I think he's going to start off being, that guy for us.
I hope so, man. I hope so. It feels like every year there's a guy that I feel really good about. Well, you know what? I'm not going to say it happens every year, but sometimes it does happen where there's a guy I feel like is just going to make the roster. And oftentimes it's a wide receiver. And they don't. They just get, they just don't make the roster. So I hope he's not that guy. He just does seem like he's got so much fun and so much game-breaking potential. And if you can develop that a little bit and kind of turn him into a mini Tyreek Hill type of player, That's exciting to me.
And I want him on the return game. I'm hoping I really see him flourish a little bit more. I didn't really see much. He had 2 kick returns and stuff like that, but it was just, I don't know. I want to see something pop from him.
Yeah, agreed. ETN 1 for 14. I think he's another guy that has sort of that open field potential. On his punt returns, he made a few guys miss. You know, he looked pretty shifty. So I'd like to see a little more of him maybe in the passing game as well. Dominique Daphne 1 for 11. Thielen 1 for 10. They just didn't go to Thielen. That's fine. Kobe 1 for 7. Jacoby George 1 for 7. Mitchell Evans 1 for 5. Raheem Blackshear. Oh, well, James Mitchell, by the way. Sorry, he talked about him earlier. 3 for 25. He's the tight end that they brought in. I thought he looked pretty good.
I've heard a lot of good things from him. In that there's worry that he's not going to clear waivers, that they may have to keep him on the original 52. So, and it wouldn't surprise me, especially with Tommy Trimble still dealing with the back injury. I could easily see him being the third guy and them putting Tommy Trimble on the PUP list or something like that for 8 weeks. I mean, he's got a back injury, guys. Let's let the guy heal properly.
Right. Yeah, and this James Mitchell, you know, he was a 5th round pick in 2022. This is only his 3rd year, and he was with the Lions prior. So, you know, not a lot of balls to go around to tight ends over there other than Laporta. So
you're not Laporta, you're gone.
Right. I think this is interesting. This guy, he looked pretty good at catching the ball. He looked pretty smooth. Yeah, I'm intrigued.
I would not be shocked if he makes this roster. I'll put it that way.
I think that's quite possible. Okay. Do you want to look at the other side here?
Not really.
All right. Was there anybody nobody really?
No, that's why I was like, not really. I mean,
yeah. Deontay Johnson got 2 targets, didn't catch the ball. That was nice to see.
Good job.
He was talking smack after the game, of course.
Oh, yeah, because you have so much smack to talk to one of your 4 teams from last year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like this is not a rivalry. We just don't care about you. Don't worry about it. ETN had the 1 fumble, but all right, let's look at some defense, Jerry.
On defense, I mean, we're not going to go over to Cleveland. Let's be honest. We'll look at our defense here. Thomas and Kuhn, 5 total tackles, 1 sacks. I thought he looked decent. I do still worry about that linebacker position, but he did look good. Michael Reed, 5 total tackles. Isaac Gifford, 5 tackles. Corey Thornton, 4 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and 1 pass deflection. I thought out of everybody on defense, Corey Thornton kind of was one of those 2 or 3 guys that popped out that said, hey, I should make this roster. And I can't deny him. I think he should be their next guy up on our cornerback list right now.
I agree. He looked pretty good. Made some nice plays. Almost intercepted one. He was in great position for it. He ran the route for the receiver. It was really nice to see. I thought it was funny that Steve Smith, you know, somewhere in the 3rd quarter, he was talking about him. He was like, yeah, you just worry about guys like that where they play so good in their first game and then they think that they're hot shit and they just don't want to. They just don't listen. They don't try as hard. I'm like, what a weird thing to say. I don't feel that at all.
Well, not at all.
I'm happy that he's seeing some success from trying hard. It to me will make him want to try harder to get even better and get more playing time.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. He's a rookie. He's an undrafted rookie coming into this camp. Do you think he feels like hot stuff? Like, do you really think he feels? Yeah, I have to just.
What a weird comment by Steve Smith. I didn't get that.
Lathan Ransom, 4 total tackles. DJ John, him and Damani Richardson. Damani Richardson, 3 tackles. 1 sack, 1 tackle for loss, 1 QB hit. Nick Scott, you do not need to be started next game. One of these 2 guys needs that spot. I am sorry, I don't understand starting Nick Scott over those 2. And it showed in the game, too.
Yeah, Nick Scott didn't look good. I didn't think that... I saw some good plays from both Richardson and Ransom, but I also saw a couple of pretty bad misses. It was nice to see Richardson get the rush and make good on it. Really nice chase down of Shador, but yeah, I do agree. I would like to see a lot more of them than Nick Scott, certainly here in the preseason, and I think that they could easily beat him out as a starter.
And here's the thing too. Damani Richardson, even though he's a second-year player and let them rent some as a rookie, I mean, they need more playing time than Nick Scott, in my opinion, because let's be honest, Nick Scott's not the future. One of those two could be our future, and let's get them working.
100%.
DJ Johnson, 4 tackles. I didn't even know you played, even though you had 4 tackles.
It was late. It was late in the game.
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
He's a prime cut candidate,
Yeah. Bam, Martin Scott, 4 tackles. Okay. Bobby Brown, the third. I thought he played well. I thought he had some pressures. He had 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and I'm sure he had a pressure. I remember him chasing down Shador at one point. So Bobby Brown, good signing, looks like, and he was a mover of men down there, and it's been nice since Shai Tuttle was not doing that last year.
Really good. I thought I was actually surprised to see him playing kind of deep into the second quarter, and he may have even gotten into the third quarter. I figured he might be one of those guys that was kind of in and out early, but again, he made the most of his playing time.
Yeah, I liked it. Trevian Thomas, 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. Nick Scourton, 2 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackles for loss. I will say this, he shined in my eyes. Like, I'll go over his PFFs, but overall, that dude was just, he was making plays. He was running down. He looked faster than he did at Texas A&M. So he looked like he could have been a first-round pick the way he looked the few plays he played.
Yeah, I thought he looked good, too. I thought I saw one kind of over-pursue maybe from him early, but he definitely was a playmaker and good pick.
Yes.
Really good pick.
He was not perfect. Setting the edge, he needs to work on and stuff like that. But I think we got a guy. We got a guy there. Shai Tuttle, 2 tackles. One guy, I'm done reading everybody else. One guy I was kind of disappointed in is Princely. I kept hearing about his rocket speed and coming around the edge and everything like that, and I didn't see it. Did you see any?
No, not really. I don't know how many snaps he played either. I felt like I didn't see him out there a lot. I do remember him making a play.
He played 23 snaps.
Wow, really? And he only had, yeah. I don't remember anything other than seeing him kind of running to the sidelines after making a tackle.
Yeah.
That's a lot of snaps for not a lot of impact.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. I have the snap counts up here. So,
but again, he was a 3rd-round pick. He's a guy that was picked on, he had one good season, one great season, but a lot of potential. He's got good measurables. Yeah, I think he'll be fine. He has shown some nice things in camp.
Yeah, and I guess maybe my eyes, I was hoping to see more of that. And especially since Nick Scourton hasn't shown much in camp or haven't heard much. And he looked like that first round talent that we expected him to be. But he hasn't heard that in camp, but he showed it in a game, and I can't knock him for showing up in a game.
Yeah. Hey, how many snaps did Cam Jackson have?
Cam Jackson, oh yeah.
Because he had a really nice play in camp.
23.
That we saw. Okay, so again, he had a really nice play in camp that we saw, shared around Twitter where he kind of just burst through the line.
Oh, dude, he destroyed that.
Yeah. I think he had a really nice play in this one, too, a nice tackle that he made. But, he's a guy I'm kind of interested to see moving forward as well.
Yeah, me too. I like him. I like him being able to back up a Bobby Brown the third. He's not gonna get you a lot of sexy numbers, but I think he's gonna be good in the long term for us.
I don't think we sacked Shador with the starters, did we?
I don't either. I think that Shador did a good job overall of evading. I know we got to him a few times where he evaded, and
Yeah.
that's what I thought. He's a mobile guy, but he's not a mobile quarterback. He's not going to be running deep. He's not going to have many rushing yards. Like 19 seems like a high, like in my eyes for him. He's not a running guy.
Right. Yeah, he wasn't like taking off running down the field, but he really evaded pressure a lot better than I expected. I will say that. I guess I was a little disappointed to not see a better pass rush from the starters against what amounts to the second team of the Browns. So really hoping to see a little more of that. I know Derek Brown didn't play. I know we weren't dialing up exotic blitzes, but I would have liked to have seen a little more just straight pass rush from some of these, from Wanham and Brown, other guy, Pat Jones.
Okay, so here's a fun little stat that I have on PFF. Out of hurries, quarterback hurries, we have 5 for Bobby Brown III, and from a nose tackle, that.
Yeah.
I don't want to say
he was obviously it was an obvious mismatch of whoever he was going up against.
Jaden Crumity, our last year's draft pick, had 2, and then a bunch of guys had 1. I'm not gonna name them all.
Wow, but Bobby Brown, hey.
Yeah, nice. Like that was fun.
I feel even better about that.
Yeah, and then hits. Princely had 1. DJ Wanham had 1. DJ Wanham had one of the 1 pressures on that first 2 drives. Pat Jones had another one, so that's on the first drive too.
Okay.
So,
yeah. Again, just I guess I was just hoping they would get to him, or at least pressure him enough to where he kind of panicked and threw an interception or something.
And he didn't really look panicked, and that's a hats off to Shador. Like, even under pressure, like there were some bad throws he did against our first stringers.
Sure. Yeah, he overthrew a lot.
But overall, if you're Cleveland, I get why you want him to start, because he does show promise. He shows he has the ability.
If I'm a Cleveland fan, I am ecstatic that we got that in the 5th round.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I mean, I'm ecstatic. I thought the special teams looked bad.
100%.
Overall, bad. Was not impressed. Not sure what it was, but missing like Sam Franklin, missing one of the other. There was another guy there, Lonnie Johnson from last year. Special teams, really good special teams players. I don't know that they have a Sam Franklin type on the special teams right now.
Hopefully Ransom can show up, because I think that's a really good role he could fill at this point, if not starting.
The return game was kind of messy. Yeah, I think they even returned a kickoff from the end zone, which would have gone to the 35 there at the end of the second half. That should have been a touchback, no question. You get the ball at the 35 with like 40 seconds left or whatever it was. You need all that time.
Well,
so that was just a bad.
And that may have been a preseason discussion of you run it out.
May have been.
I don't want to knock them, because that is a very common thing. Is like, hey, we don't get many of these. Let's run it out.
Maybe, but game situation. I think I'd like my offense to have more time and a better position. Then I want to see my special teams try to return one from the end zone, which is never going to happen in a real game. So I tend to believe that was just a poor decision on the returner. But yeah, definitely need some better play from the special teams moving forward.
All right, so now we're going to move over to PFF stats. We'll do the top 5, bottom 5s on both offense and defense. Then
real quick.
Yep.
Sam Martin, standout. Great, punter. 7 punts, averaged over 50 yards a punt, 3 inside the 20. I thought he was really good, so I think we got a good player there.
To be fair, I did not pay attention to the punting, but I mean, that's a good thing if I didn't notice it. Does that make sense? Like, okay.
Sure. Yeah, I did notice it. I tend to notice special teams kicking for some reason.
You love the
I do.
legs. You love the
I do. I guess.
legs.
I do. I guess. I was impressed by him.
I heart legs. New T-shirt coming out.
Oh, they just have a puncher's leg. I love that.
Now, going for the top 5 defensive overall PFF grades. Number 1, Nick Scourton. I am not shocked by that. 91.8, 16 snaps.
Very nice.
Bobby Brown the third, 91.4, 21 snaps.
Very nice.
I mean, 5 hurries on 21 snap. That's good. Sam Roberts, undrafted guy, safety, 89.5 on 22 snaps. Probably late, but maybe he should start he's a defensive interior. I looked at the wrong line. So, I mean, good job.
Sure.
Make it the roster guy. Trevion Thomas, safety, 19 snaps, 77.3. Maybe he should at least get some more snaps.
Right.
I'm sorry, at safety. Corey Thornton rounds out the top 5. Cornerback, 33 snaps, 76.9. Nice. His run defense was his weakest, and tackling. So, okay.
Sure. Good coverage.
Yeah. Good job, Corey Thornton. I think you're right in line to be the number 1 backup right now.
Yep.
Bottom 5. Let's scroll. The last person on the list, Bam Martin Scott. Unfortunately, it's not even giving me his stats. It's the scroll bars on. Bad. Yeah. It's below a 29 because John Regaton with 6 snaps had a 29.8, and Bam was below that.
Barely got a chance.
Trevin Wallace is down here, but he had 3 snaps, so 32.3. Wait, did he?
That's he may have given up a pass in his vicinity.
Oh, he had 14. I am sorry. Sorry, 9 snaps. 9 snaps. And then Tashawn Wharton down there too, 11 snaps, 32.8, and DJ Wano had 11 snaps at 34.9. So a lot of our first string guys are down there. I did not think that they played that bad but
I don't know. Again, it just seemed like it felt like they could have moved the ball. They just didn't. It was that. We were joking about it in our group chat, but it's like that bend don't break defense that was made famous, in the Super Bowl era for the Panthers. So I don't know why it's thought of as such a bad thing. I kind of like the bend don't break defense, but I would obviously prefer a shutdown defense. But either way, they kind of they gave up 30 points, so
all right,
they broke a lot.
The lowest man on the totem pole for offense, Yosh Nejman. Again, for some reason I can't see it due to their scroll bar, but it was not good. And this Panthers team obviously needs to look at a backup tackle, as once our starters went away, you could tell that pass rush was getting there. Tyler Mabry, a tight end, 3 snaps, 36.9. Okay. Michael Targan, tackle, 11 snaps, 38.9. Again, just bad offensive line. 35, our 4th worst team, Xavier Leggette with his 6 snaps. We need to talk about this once we're done with this.
He should be the lowest rated.
Yes. 41.3, and then Jack Plummer. 49.9. Good. Bye.
Not a surprise.
Now,
not a surprise.
Our number 5 top PFF on offense. You know him. He should be climbing up the depth chart. Jalen Coker, number 74.5 with a 29 snap count. And again, some of those were just bad throws, but dude, he needs to climb up the rankings right now. Jarrett Kingston, guard, 27 snaps, 79.0. Good job, Jarrett.
It's your boy.
TJ Luther, wide receiver, 11 snaps, 84.6. Hats off to you, TJ. Maybe you'll be a practice squad guy. I've heard his name quite a few times in some reports, so if he doesn't get picked up by somebody else. Number 2, Bryce Young, 13 snaps, 85.1. It doesn't shock me. He looked good. He had that one bad throw, and other than that,
Yep.
And number 1, Icky Ekwonu.
Ooh.
13 snaps, 85.8. He had a pass blocking grade of 73.6, was lower, but his run blocking, 90.8. Hats off to you, sir.
Okay. How many snaps?
13. He was a starter snaps. I mean, him and Bryce were out there for the same amount, so that, and Robert Hunt, so.
I mean, that's what he's got to do. He's got to do that this year if he wants that contract. So hopefully he shows up.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Leggette in the room here. I mean,
well, hey, let's do it. Let's do that with our stock up, stock down. So stock down, Xavier Leggette.
Yeah, let's start that with stock down, Leggette. Come on, man. Yeah. You didn't look.
You can't get up swinging. Don't punch a helmet.
God, why do guys do that?
If
you at least do body blows,
when you're a wide receiver, especially, don't do that.
Why do football players do helmet shots, like headshots? Like, come on, do it simple body blow where the pads don't hit, and that at least makes sense.
Yeah, that's so stupid. You know, the guy was, I guess, going after him after the whistle or something, and Leggette came back at him, and both of them got kicked out. I thought Leggette really needed to be out there.
I do too.
Really needed some live reps catching the ball because I've seen him drop even a couple in training camp, and I really hope that he has been able to improve that in the offseason. But yeah, stock down for me, and then stock up. We talked about it earlier, Jalen Coker.
And that's another reason why I think his stock is down is the fact that he went out and Jalen Coker was making plays. He made a spectacular one-handed catch that didn't count, but everybody saw it. He made that fire drill touchdown catch. Good job. Yep. He got himself open in a fire drill. That's what you're supposed to do. Where were you at Leggette? In the locker room. I mean, you did all this stuff in the offseason, and your first game out, you get 6 snaps in, and you start swinging. I mean, you got to be smarter than that, man. Yeah, especially for someone. I mean, his roster spot's safe, but I would say your depth chart spot is not.
Yeah, agree.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to just go ahead. I'll let you go first. Sorry.
I was just going to say I'll go another stock down here. We've already talked about it, Jack Plummer. And I might even say Jack Plummer / Andy Dalton a little bit because I was not impressed by either one of those guys out there. I'm sort of disappointed with Andy. Again, it's preseason, I know. But he's got some pretty good receivers to throw to, even on that second string. And I was really hoping to see a little more from those guys. So stock down, backup quarterbacks.
Yeah. I'm going to go a stock down on Raheem Blackshear. He's fighting for that third spot, that drop muff punt, whether it was him or like it was obviously, I thought it was him who dropped it. But that being said, and then he did nothing when he was in there. Like it just kind of, you're a special teams guy. You muffed the punt, or at least I'm pretty sure you muffed the punt, and then it just felt bad. He didn't do anything that made me say, hey, we should keep him around like he had before.
Well, he's got to be feeling the pressure with ETN and Horn Jr. both there to sort of take his various spots on the offense. So, yeah, I agree with that one. I'm going to go stock up for James Mitchell, the tight end. We talked about him a little earlier as well. Certainly, for all the reasons we've previously laid out, I feel like he has a really good shot at making the roster.
Yeah. And a stock up for Imani Bailey. A guy I haven't heard of, but I mean, he had the most rushing yards, a 19-yard rush. You might as well at least give him a little bit more look to see if he has anything else in the tank. I mean, again, he's listed as number 390 on ESPN, so that's how much people care about him. But I mean, for a rookie type of out of TCU,
yeah,
give him a chance.
I'll go one more stock up here, and I'm gonna go T-Mac.
Oh, he was definitely in my stock ups.
He was already a very high stock for me, but just seeing it in person, seeing the connection that he and Bryce already are developing, under live fire, he looked fast, he looked smooth, he looked everything that we have been promised. So his already high stock for me has gone even higher.
And someone his stock wasn't that high, it went up for me. Like he looked like the number one guy that we were hoping to get, even with the drop pass. Like what you said, his immediate reaction wasn't upset or anything. It was, oh, got it. Like just, oh, got it. Like I'm working on this. Okay, now I understand exactly where you're gonna throw it.
And I will just say, unless he comes out and says he doesn't want to be called T-Mac, I don't have a problem with the T-Mac nickname. I know there were other T-Macs that have previously been, known as T-Mac. It's okay. There can be more than one. There were two,
LTs.
LTs, right? And both of them turned out to be pretty good. So
yes,
let's just
unless
he doesn't want to be called T-Mac, which I think he's okay with. Yeah, let's just chill with the whole.
He doesn't
call him T-Mac. Call him Nalo, which is fine too. But T-Mac is. I'm just gonna call him that.
Well, he says he doesn't want to be called Tet, as that's his.
Right.
His mom said not to call him that, and I'll respect that. Your mom says not to.
Exactly. I haven't even thought about calling him that since I heard that.
And I'm sorry, Tetairoa McMillan is just such a long name that T-Mac just flows off.
It's just easier to say, and everybody knows who we're talking about. So
yeah.
All right, any more for you?
No, I'm gonna do a stock steady because Bryce Young showed me after that first series of why I was feeling confident going into this season with him as a starter.
Yeah,
I don't want to say up because of that, but
yeah, I may even take a stock up for him, just slightly up, because I need to see it this year from him for a full season, and he started off looking really good. Looked so much better than he did in the preseason last year when he just barely got any. I think he barely got some in that third game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just like first 2 weeks of the season awful. So really nice to see, and I will go minor stock up for Bryce.
Okay, and I'm gonna actually, I just thought of this. I'm gonna do a stock up for Dave Canales. I
was going to ask you because I saw on Twitter this guy said, "Are we sure Dave Canales knows how to call a football game?"
First of all, he didn't call this game.
Right.
This was what I read. Izek did, and Evero didn't call the defense game. It was his defensive pass coordinator. I can't think of his name right now, but the reason why they called it was because they said we want to encourage our coaches to learn and grow. Yeah. Just like we want our players to learn and grow. So we want them to learn and grow in the preseason. And what better way to get play calling instead of the preseason? And I was like, I respect that. In the first preseason game, I'm good with. I want the main play callers to do at least the majority of the first string snaps calls before the regular season.
I just thought that was so silly.
Yeah.
Even if it was Dave Canales calling this game, to say something like that after the first preseason game, give me a break. I'll agree with you. A little bit of stock up for Dave Canales.
Well, I thought reverting back from what he decided last year of I'm not playing my starters, and then coming into this year and seeing the difference that, hey, maybe we needed to. I think changing his philosophy in his second season, and it's not a philosophy, but, his initial thoughts, it makes him show that he's willing to grow, and I really think that's a good positive for a coach.
Yeah, agree. And that also being said, he is still a very young coach with not a ton of experience. So I do agree. I hope that he does call the plays for the next couple of games. You know what? We're gonna have to do Nick Scourton as well.
Oh yeah, good
Stock up
job.
for Nick Scourton. You know, again, not a ton of snaps, but you did the most with them. Couple of things here and there that you expect out of a rookie, but I will say stock up for me. Again, I wasn't low on him, but just didn't really know what to expect, I think, and was really happy with what I saw.
Me too. 100%. I will say a little bit of stock down for me on Princely because I've been seeing so much about him being able to get to the quarterbacks and stuff like that, and I didn't see him on the field. I mean, he didn't make an impact. I didn't see any hurries or anything from him.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'll probably just say stock neutral with him, but you know what? No, I'm gonna agree with you. A little bit of stock down for me too because I was hoping to see something and I didn't.
yeah. And I guess maybe even Jimmy Horn, I could say neutral to slowly or a light lower grade just because of that sense. Like, and you're not down on them
Yeah.
like they're never going to do anything. It's just, I was hoping to see a little bit more out of this game from them.
Yeah, I'll say neutral on Horn as well, and I'm definitely not down. I was happy to see that they were trying to get him involved. Wish that he would have done something with it, but that's okay. You know, yeah, not everybody. A player like him, I feel like is going to be streaky. Is going to be, you know, one play could kind of make his day type of guy. So we'll just keep him high on our thoughts and keep him neutral.
Yep.
I agree. Okay.
Any
Panthers overall, stock up, stock down. You know, your kind of thoughts for the season. Any change in your prediction of 7 to 9 wins or whatever we?
I think that's kind of where I'm still sitting at. I do think that the
Yeah.
depth is a little worse than I thought, especially on defense. I thought we plugged some holes a little bit better than it looked after the starters went out. But that could be them learning a new scheme and everything. So right now I'm going to stay neutral, but that's where I'm at.
I think I'm gonna go a tick high, a tick up because I really liked what I saw out of the starting offense, and I don't know what to think from the defense. Maybe a slightly smaller tick down for the defense. So just overall, very slightly up, but really happy with what I saw. And Canales did say that he wants to see maybe another series, maybe a 3 series out of the first team next week against Houston. So that'll be good to see. Hopefully, again, stock up on health. It seemed like we came out of this game healthy.
Oh yes,
So,
100%. Like that's the best thing that we can do is we came out of this healthy.
So let's keep that going. But I'm excited to kind of see what happens next week with the starters and if there are any. I would love to see 3 scoring drives out of Bryce. That would be great. I'd love to see some more field goals. Didn't see, we only had 1 field goal in this game towards the end there with Fitzgerald. And he made it, which is nice to see. But, I'd like to see a little more of that. I was kind of hoping that we might get 3 or 4 attempts out because we have a kicker battle. That is one of the biggest battles on the roster right now.
Yeah, legitimate battle that we don't know where it's going to go.
Yep. So hopefully they get some opportunities. But yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yep. We want to thank everyone for listening. If you like the show, please let your friends know. Please follow us on Twitter at MeowMix Podcast. If you have any questions or comments, you can email us at mailbag@meowmixpodcast.com. And if you leave us a 5-star review with a comment on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it on the show. Please like and subscribe on YouTube.
Hey, let us know in the comments if you guys are still listening. We know we've got a couple that probably are. So what's up to you guys? Thanks again for listening. We'll be back in a few days to talk about Houston. And until then, everybody stay safe out there and keep pounding.